Shalom. Kohlo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. So, lately, when you look on social media, certain podcasts with a lot of these so-called black women, not all, but a vast majority of so-called black women, they are on this hate the so-called black man campaign where they talking about how so-called black man ain't shit. Uh, he no good. He's a cheater. He's broke. He can't do nothing for you. And they're you know praising the so-called white man, and saying how much the so-called white man wants them. They genuinely want them. They are good to them and things of that sort. Which is all a lie. It's all just the pure hatred that the so-called black woman has for so-called black man, the Israelite man. It's a curse that's been put on our people from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But these women, a lot of our women have took it to another level, to whereas they uh want to, what is it? What's the word? Pretty much let the world know how much they have a disdain for their men. Then on the other end, you have sisters like this that you see on the screen who are telling it pretty much like it is. Because I've seen a video maybe 2-3 weeks ago about a panel of black women that was saying that they wanted all the so-called black men put to death if they got pregnant and they had black boys, to abort them if they knew they was having a boy, which is evil and wicked as hell. But the Lord is going to do what he's going to do to a lot of these so-called black women who got these big ass mouths, who saying the word submit is like speaking another language to them. And the Lord's going to completely disintegrate and put to death a lot of so-called black, Latino, and Native American women. But even with so-called Latino and Native American women, you rarely see them proclaiming to the world how much they hate, which we're all the same nation, but every tribe is a nation. They don't blatantly, talk down on their men, on the so-called Latino brothers or Native American brothers. But the so-called black woman, she wants to be the fucking leader, and she wants to tell you how she feels, and wants to completely humiliate and disrespect, her man openly. But like I said, this sister on the screen right here, she has a different opinion. She has a different outlook on what it is, and she's speaking nothing but the truth. So I'm gonna play it, but before I play it, I'm gonna give you what the Bible says about so-called black, Latino, and Native American men. This is Lamentation chapter 4, verse 2. It says, the precious sons of Zion, that's the Israelite man, comparable to fine gold. That's how our men are, man. That's how our men are gonna be. Right now, a lot of our men are not like that, man. A lot of us are not, even in this truth. A lot of us have ways that are off, right? But this is how we're seen in the Lord's eyes, man. Once we come into that state, it says, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers? Right? The work of the hands of the potter. Who's the potter? Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. So the Lord said that the sons of Zion are precious, man, comparable to fine gold. And a lot of women, they're going to see that. A lot of these other women of other nations, they see it, man. The so-called black woman is the only one that does not see it for the most part. But all these other nations, you know, they thirst for Jake, man. And she's going to give you that her perception on that. So check it out. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing to elect the other five. Shalom.
Black men were so terrible. Why do other races of women want them? I promise you, if black men were so terrible, these other races of women would not be desiring them. There would not be whole schools and classes on black culture that other races of women are taking to learn more about how to attract black men. No, the issue isn't the black men, but the good ones y'all don't want. Y'all don't like the nice guys. A lot of you women, you black women, y'all are just as undesirable. Y'all are so busy getting on these podcasts talking about how nobody wants black men, when in actuality, nobody's telling you this, but nobody really wants black women like that. Because a lot of you black women, y'all have a complex. Y'all think that giving a black man your worst and seeing how much a black man takes of your nonsense is his way of showing love. Y'all like to test men to see, oh, what can I do that's showing out and that shows how much he loves me. That is the biggest load of crap ever. Y'all are determinants of your own results. It's not nobody's fault that you don't like the good black man. It's nobody's fault that you like the bad boys and you like certain types of men, and then you're getting mad at the results. But the funny thing is, you really walking around thinking that these other people want you. You should be grateful that black men still want you, because y'all are disrespectful. Y'all are always getting on this internet talking crap. And like I said, other races want our men. So I don't know what y'all need to do. Y'all need to be looking within and figuring out what's wrong with you, as opposed to always blaming it on black men, because black men were so.
So there it is, man. And her saying it is one thing, but you actually seeing this, man. You seeing Jake with all races of women, man. Women that I didn't even know was into Jake like that. You got the Arab woman, you got the East Indian women, right? The Moabite woman, the so-called Chinese woman, they always been on Jake. The Japanese woman, right? The so-called white woman, they always been on Jake, you know? So, yeah, man. Let's get, because we coming into a time where a lot of these women mouths are going to be shut, man. And they're going to get in line. This is Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, which we're in that day, right? And we're approaching a day even worse than this day as we speak. It says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. How are you called by a man's name? You have to be married to him. And what's marriage? You know, you lay down with that woman, man. It says to take away our reproach, because it's going to be hell out here, man. It's going to be crazy, and women cannot protect themselves, right? This is why women were created to be up under to be under a man. That's the order of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You don't like it? That's on you, man. The order is the Most High Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, the man, the woman, and the children. That's the order, right? A lot of these women, they think that they can go to the Most High or Yahweh Shah without the man, right? There's an order that was set up, man. You are a demon, and you think that just because you go to church that, you straight. No, man, you done ran every man off. Your mouth is disrespectful. You're disrespectful. You dress how you want. You talk how you want. And you think that you can just go to the Lord. No, that's breaking the order, man. So it's gonna be bad for a lot of these women out here, and they ain't gonna have no choice but to get up under a man, right? And that's evident, man. This is Isaiah 32:2. It says, "A man shall be as a hiding place from the wind in these last days, especially a man of the Lord," man. We ain't talking about these 1% niggas that you talk about that got billions of dollars or millions of dollars that got everything they need and making 400,000 a month and this and that. Those niggas, they're gonna be washed away, man. What's gonna keep you stable is first and foremost the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that he's going to extend to his men that are here on the earth. The wisdom and knowledge that he's given us, right? Lord willing, I'm one of these men. One of those men, right? But that's going to be the top men in these last days, right? So it says, "And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest," man. Hiding place from the wind. If you got a strong wind, you need to get somewhere safe. The wind signifies the destruction. Right? A hiding place is somewhere you can go to get away from the destruction. The Lord is telling you that a man is going to be that in these last days. Right? It says, "And a covert from the tempest as rivers of water in the dry place." You know, if you're in the desert and you ain't drink nothing and 2 days and you thirsting for water and you go over a hill and you see a river and you run into that river trying to get some relief, and having something that's going to keep you going, that's a man. And not just any man, a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Right? It says, "As the shadow of a great rock in a weary land," man. So that rock is what? The protection. They give you shade. They protect you from things that's going on that maybe out there that can do you harm, right? That's what the man is going to be in these last days, a man of the Lord. And these women, they're going to realize that. Some of them are realizing it, but they definitely, are on Jake already, man. And Jake is in his lowest state. Let's get an account, because the Israelite man is the best man on the planet, man. Hands down. Ain't no man better than the Israelite man. Ain't no man better than Jake on the planet, man. Right? This is 1 Kings chapter 10. And we'll start at 1, man. This is when the Queen of Sheba saw Solomon, man. This is 1 Kings 10:1. We're gonna shut it down. "And when the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions." So she came to, King Solomon to see what was up. He said, "And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bear spices and very much gold and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart, in her mind." So she sat with Solomon, she feasted, she brought him things because he was a king, right? So it says, and Solomon told her all her questions there was not anything hid from the king, which he told her not. So every question she asked him, he answered it, right? And when the queen of Sheba had seen all Solomon's wisdom and the house that he built and the meat of his table and the sitting of his servants and the attendance of his ministers and their apparel and their cupbearers and his ancients, his accents by which he went up unto the house of the Lord, there was no more spirit in her. So she was head over heels, man. She was in array, man. She was in awe, man. Right? He completely took her breath away. Right? Because it was a physical attraction already. Right? Because it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, that he was a dark-skinned man and very fair, right? And he was a very, very handsome man, man. Right? So it says, and she heard, Salakia, and she said to the king, it was a true report that I heard in my own land of thy acts and of thy wisdom. Howbeit, I believe not the words until I came and my eyes had seen it. So they told her about King Solomon and her land. So she said to herself, I got to go over there and see if it's really what they saying. So when she got over there, she seen Solomon, and she was already taken. And then now she see how things were set up around him, how his men was dressed, right? How his house looked, and it blew her mind, man. Right? In these last days, the men of the Lord, they're gonna be like that, man. Women are going to flock to the men of the Lord, man. Right? And that's the Jake man. That's the Israelite man. So if you damn so-called black women, you can keep feeling however you feeling and getting on and telling everybody how much you hate the so-called black man and he ain't this and he ain't that. Hey, that's just gonna bring more and more people, more and more women to thirst after Jake, because they already thirsting after him, man. And they looking at you like you the biggest idiot on the planet. Because how you got the best man on the planet was given, you were given to, the best man on the planet you was given to, but you don't want him. And all other nations of women, they're flocking to him. They laughing at you, man. But it is what it is. Hey, I'm gonna leave it there. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah willing, the elect was other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit through this lesson. Hey, hold the line, brothers, and leave Eve alone, man. Eve ain't right. Leave her alone, man. Right? Let her be. Right? The Lord got something in store for his men, man. Just stay faithful, no matter what. Do what's commanded to you, commanded of you from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. To the next lesson, shalom.
Terrible. Why do other races of women want them? I promise you, if black men were so terrible, these other races of women would not be desiring them. There would not be whole schools and classes on black culture that other races of women are taking to learn more about how to attract black men. No, the issue isn't the black men, but the good ones y'all don't want. Y'all don't like the nice guys. A lot of you women, you black women, y'all are just as undesirable. Y'all are so busy getting on these podcasts talking about how nobody wants black men, when in actuality, nobody's telling you this, but nobody really wants black women like that. Because a lot of you black women, y'all have a complex. Y'all think that giving a black man your worst and seeing how much a black man takes of your nonsense is his way of showing love. Y'all like to test men to see, oh, what can I do that's showing out and that shows how much he loves me. That is the biggest load of crap ever. Y'all are determinants of your own results. It's not nobody's fault that you don't like the good black man. It's nobody's fault that you got all that you like the bad boys and you like certain types of men, and then you're getting mad at the results. But the funny thing is, you really walking around thinking that these other people want you. You should be grateful that black men still want you, because y'all are disrespectful. Y'all are always getting on this internet talking crap. And like I said, other races want our men. So I don't know what y'all need to do. Y'all need to be looking within and figuring out what's wrong with you, as opposed to always blaming it on black men, because black